Shane is going to do the intro this week. Take it away, Shane.
Welcome.
Well, welcome to the podcast. I'm fucking tired, but let's talk about supplements and stuff.
All right, we just lost every viewer there with that ecstatic introduction. Thank you so much, Shane. Welcome to another installment of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky, the supplement engineer. Joining me, as always, is my international band of brothers in Lukasz, Rytkowski, Prometeus, Intelligence, Sports Technology, Shane Smith, Stack.com. We're down a couple of guys today. Robert, the bitch, Samborsky, is bailed on us as he's flying back from Texas. He had some more important things to do, like meet with Branch Warren in Dallas and not come and visit me in Austin, Texas. So, I mean, you know, I guess I understand where I am in the pecking order of Apollon priorities. See how that works out for you, Robbie.
Is that what that message was about?
And then for the listeners that had no clue what in the world we were talking about right when we started, Shane hopped on. Usually I send them the link at like 1 o'clock. We start these things live at 10 after 1. Shane hopped on with 15 seconds left on because it's just a little countdown on this little recording
Okay.
thing.
I mean, I have to. You got to let me explain on this one. So this week,
Do I?
This is going to sound like some people are going to be like, "Dude, don't be a lazy piece of shit." But anyway, so this weekend, my wife went away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So typically, I do all the work, right? When it comes to Stack, I basically do everything. And she shares the stuff on Instagram. That's kind of her responsibilities. So she went away. And this is the first time in the history of my life, as well as my daughter's, that Ava didn't go with her. So I was left with Ava. So I had to take on this fucking monster and
The monumental task.
And then so whatever Nikki did was Stacked, I did as well. And Ava. And I was like, and she said, "Oh, I can get someone to help." And I was like, no. I'm going to do this motherfucker by myself. I was like adamant. I was like, don't tell anyone. I'm going to do this. I can do this. I'm not that useless. My work and my baby. We can do this.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, yesterday morning, you might hear it in my voice, she got sick for the first time ever. She got fucking cold.
Yeah.
And so her voice starts going cranky. And I was like, oh, no. Because if there's one thing I'm bad at, it's putting my baby to sleep. Every time I touch her, she's like, no. Outside. Get mama. That's her words. And it sucks. I was like, so this weekend, I was like, I put her to sleep last night, the first night. I was like, I'll go get mum. And I lied. And I didn't come back for 45 minutes and she fell asleep. So that kind of worked. Last night I tried.
That's horrible.
And she was sick. And I couldn't get her to sleep. And I basically watched a movie to make her fall asleep. And then I went to sleep at 1. She then came into my bedroom at 3 and was like, I'm thirsty. It's like, shit. So I want to go drink. And then she's like, TV. And I was like, dude, it's like 3. What the fuck are you doing? No. And then we lay down to like 3:34. I woke up at 5 and I was like, oh man, the podcast is soon. And it was like bang on 5. So it was too late for me to get any more sleep, but it was too early for me to stay awake. And I was like, fuck. And then, so she's in my room next door, knocked out. So I'm hoping that she stays asleep. I've shut the door so she can't get out anyway. But I'm hoping that she stays there. And she's sick, but this is the first time she's been sick. And so she's like coughing and her voice is croaky. And I'm like, but I have made it pretty well. And I refused to miss the podcast. I needed to do everything that I would normally do for me to not sound like a lazy piece of shit. But that's
priority.
Anyway.
Well, you've got your priorities in line, which is more than we can say for Robbie. So, we'll just as many cheap shots as we can snag the son of a bitch with. We're going to do that this episode. So, I sent him some amazing insult in Russian. I wish I could pronounce it. I sent it to him yesterday, and he said that Carolina's going to start calling me that all the time now.
I can do something Polish, but it wouldn't be nice.
I was going to say, let me see if I can find the translation of it.
We don't do any sneaky comments. He's not fucking here anyway.
He listens to this on replay. I think he does.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's listening to it live on the airplane.
Why
Yeah,
didn't
last
he
time.
put it? Why didn't he try it on the plane? I don't understand.
I
Yeah,
have
he
no
should.
idea.
He should do that.
Yeah,
He should just
Lazy
live stream
ass.
it from here.
look, if he didn't want to do it, he could have just told us. He's probably at home for all we know.
That's true. Yeah, but we never
This
saw
is-
any pictures of him actually at
This
a
is
Metroflex gym. Did we
catfish,
only saw pictures of Carolina?
Catfish 101. Do you want a video
Drinking
call?
and-
No. Video
Drinking
you can't
and
call right
eating
now.
the jerky.
He's a
Son of
fucking
a
liar.
bitch. Son of a bitch. Anyway, for listeners tuning in, thank you for all joining us. You guys got any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart aleck remarks? Feel free to post them up. We'll get to anything and everything during our time here. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you listen to us on a podcast perusing platform, give us a 5-star review. That helps us climb up in the almighty algorithm that dictates anything and everything to which we are exposed these days. And new announcement. I was talking with Robbie over this week, and people are always asking, hey, how can we support the show? What can we do for you guys? We love what you're doing. We've worked out a deal for anybody that's listening to the podcast and kind of wants to support the show and the people in here. Final Scoop uses a discount code for Apollon Nutrition. It'll save you 15%. So there's a link down in the comment section. So Final Scoop 15% on all of your favorite things like Overtime, Bare Knuckle, all that good
Are
stuff.
you sure you want to get Apollon stuff? He's not really here, so...
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
if
Well,
you
I
we'll
would
support
do-
Carolina. We'll
I would
support
do a
Carolina.
sweet deal on other brands. Just wink, wink.
Yeah.
yeah, I heard that there's another brand that has a product that's kind of just arrived. I can't for the life of me remember the name.
It's too new for a discount code. Although, if you do
Is
want
it-
to support Massive Iron, the creatine is available. There's a
Ah,
little under.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
There we
it.
go.
That's the one.
I was like,
They're
is it
a little
flat
under-
steel? Is it shiny plastic? I can't remember the name of it.
Yes.
There's a link down in the description below. There's 80 units left of the creatine. We can't offer any discount codes yet. We're small. We're bootstrapping here. But I got my 2 units in that I ordered that just came in the other day. So you can click that link and order a tub of that. The pre-workout is coming. We've got a few things that are in the works where I'm going to be finalizing some stuff with the manufacturer this week. And then we'll release that and put that up for pre-sale. So Shane, when we finalize the formula, you will be the first one to get any nuggets of gold that we leak about the actual formula, the details of it.
Is that the pre-workout?
Is what?
What was that for?
A pre-workout?
No, which one are you talking about? You said the formula for
Massive Iron
detail.
pre-workout.
Oh yeah.
We're going to try and do 2 flavors. So there we go. Depending on
You saw how he showed the 2 flavors. Devil.
You should
There
have
we
just shown
go.
it like this. You should just 2 flavors.
Yeah.
there we go.
So-
The 2 flavors right there. When you see the names of the flavors, you're not going to be surprised by them. So we can leave it at that.
You
Steve
planning
and I
to
were-
use you planning to use some fancy names, or that will be like straightforward?
Fruit punch and blue raspberry.
It's gonna be. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Exactly. Fruit punch, blue raspberry, and then followed up by a lemon lime or grape. Exactly.
Okay.
Pete, since I'm old and sneezed, I blew up my back. So, wow, how old are you? I know you're 50, north of 50, Pete, but man, you're really old if you're throwing your back out now.
Pete is crushing. He's like posting every day, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, like doing crazy nasty stuff. So yeah, this guy is on a roll.
What's going on, Brooke? Shane, do you make your daughter eat vegetables?
You see, part of the journey of looking after my daughter by myself was obviously things that I have fuck all knowledge of. And feeding her was one of them. And I basically stumbled through this weekend. Like lunchtime rolled around and I was like, fuck, I forgot. It's like I eat 3-4 hours apart. She eats traditional meals, right?
Mhm.
So breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between. And like lunch rolled around, I was like, oh fuck. So when I go to like some sushi. And then I keep forgetting when her meals are, like, because she goes to sleep at different times.
Mhm.
So I kind of just got microwave meals for her, and I had like little shakes for her, and when she got sick, she wouldn't eat shit. So I was trying to feed her last night, and the last thing she ate was a cupcake at 3 in the afternoon. She didn't eat anything else until she went to sleep. And I felt bad because my wife, I was like, what do I do? Is she sick? And she's like, just let her go to sleep. She's like, what did she eat? I was like, she had a cupcake at 3. And she, what did she have before that? And I said, she had some potato chips.
Nikki's never going out of town again.
And she's like, she had a meal. And I was like, yeah, like maybe 11. I was like, I had to go back real far. But I was terrible. I was just kind of giving her, I was like, what do you want? She'd be like, a cupcake. I was like, let's get a cupcake then. Deal.
Cupcake it is.
There we go.
I tried
There's
my
a
best. So she eats
no. I mean,
vegetables, though, when
I
Nikki
understand it.
feeds her, but not me. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
shit.
it's like our halfling has not gotten sick all that often. On the rare, she's like normally she eats real well. Like for breakfast, it's cheese, strawberries, and some Cheerios and a glass of milk. And or this is like the lunch we pack, the breakfast and lunch we pack, and when you send her to daycare with. And then lunch is like pasta with chicken that we cook together. And then at dinner, I'll cook something here at home at night. So on two fronts, when I go out of town, Sandy's in your shoes when things when things kind of go awry. Now in the instance that she's sick, we're just like we're of the mindset, whatever you can get in her. If she'll just drink enough milk, or like I'll make hot chocolate with Apollon's chocolate protein powder, and do like if she'll drink that, she can do that. Anything just to kind of keep them like some kind of protein calories, just to help them keep fighting off whatever gunk is in their system. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Like if they'll eat anything, just like plain cereal or whatever, just go with that.
Yeah, I think it's just we're all
Shane will soon be publishing the tell-all guide to expert parenting.
Stack Junior.
Yep.
Do you want to get your daughter
That's
in
a good
shape?
one.
Do you want to get your child in shape?
Making
What-
recommendations.
If they enjoy the food, that's the best you can ask.
First on the list, cupcakes.
Morphogen, the new thoughts on Somagen. I need to pull up the profile. Shane, do you have it? I'm looking at the
I don't think
story
there's-
on here.
I don't think
it's
there's
going
one.
up. It's out now though.
Yeah?
Like he teased it and then he like released it the next day. So I think our story is going up.
I saw the top, but I didn't saw the label.
You're about to see it on their website.
Mm-hmm.
He released it pretty quickly.
Mm.
So if
Are
just go
you
to
giving him grief too for not keeping you in the loop with the formula?
No, he sent it to me, but it was like only like 6 hours after I shared that. I was like, well, I can't put the release.
Post after post, yeah, man.
So I was like, we'll just do it tomorrow.
All right, let's find Somagen and then we can look through it and
There it
see what
is,
we
yeah.
got here. Okay.
What we got
You know
here.
what's funny? You know what's really funny? I was just sent Robbie yesterday. We were talking about an Apollon sleep formula that we've been kicking around back and forth for a while. And I said, look, there's a new study that came out about saffron extract. I said, Robbie, we should put saffron in the Apollon sleep runner we're going to be releasing. And look, right there, what's Morphogen Ben do? My man sticks saffron in there. So I'm already a fan.
What is that? I mean, the one above Mitoburn.
Xylaria?
Malaria.
That is one I have not come across yet. Xylaria nigrapes or nigripes? I don't know. Xylaria nigrapes?
I mean, I was gonna.
I think someone already used this ingredient.
Oh, someone's bound to have used something somewhere, but I mean, I'm not familiar with it whatsoever.
Oh, lavender is a common sleep agent. Apogenin. I've seen that in some muscle builders and some other kind of. I mean, it's kind of one of those catch-all ingredients. It does a bunch of different kind of cool things. So there's some. It's got some estrogen modulation properties in it. It's obviously got some sleep benefits here. Taurine, I really like for sleep. The 3 grams of glycine is awesome. Mitoburn, the mechanistic data on it is cool. I know it's expensive as shit. I want to see some more human studies on it before I get too excited about it.
See, I actually used Mitoburn, the core sear, because someone was saying take it before your workout, to really kind of help thermogenesis and whatnot, and that's how I was using it on training days. And I found the craziest thing. So there's core shred, which is their thermogenic, and then there's core sear, which is kind of a similar kind of thermogenic but different ingredients.
Yeah.
So when I used them separately, I would sweat my balls off, kind of equally, whether it would be during a workout or outside of the workout. But when I put the two together, I almost got nothing. I couldn't figure out why.
Weird.
And I thought that, because if I had 2 scoops of shred, I would sweat a little bit more. Not double, but if I had my the core sear, which has mitoburn by itself, would sweat as well. But when I put sear and mitoburn together, it was almost like they cancel each other out. And I thought it was the weirdest. I couldn't figure out. Obviously, not going to figure out why, but I actually thought it was very interesting. Kind of that theory of overload, having too much of one thing. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, it reminds me of
I had.
Yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of like the caffeine, dynamine, teacrine thing where I'm always harping on, or just like I put all 3 of those together, I get nothing. Maybe it's something similar, not through the same mechanism of action, but the end result is the same. You're putting too many similar ingredients together, and it neutralizes itself or something.
Yeah, I mean, because again, they work separate, but together I was like, kind of weird. But that was the only product, or the first product I've had that's had mitoburn in it.
Yeah, I like this. So Zalaria replenishes and promotes GABA function. So you can see they're hitting GABA from a few different points here. They've got taurine, which there was an old Primeval Labs sleep aid. What was it called? I mean, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, but it had 3 grams of taurine in it. I think it had 3 grams of GABA in it too. I love that sleep aid, and there was no melatonin in it either. I'm gonna go look into this Xylaria. I like that a lot.
Xylaria is from New Leaf.
Oh, it's New Leaf?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they do some good stuff over there.
And I was correct. I was trying to figure it out where I first saw this ingredient, and it was used by Brown Nutrition, Sleep and Growth, V2, and they used it in their formula, and it's also for night recovery and so on. So. Yeah, but they have a bit different, spin on their night formula. It's in capsule formula, but yeah, it's definitely something to look up.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this. I like all of Morphogen Ben's stuff. I mean, he's one of the guys in the industry that doesn't cut corners with things like that. Everything's fully dosed. He always puts a unique spin on it too. Yeah, just about everything he always comes out with, I'm a fan of. So no complaints there.
Well thought formula, definitely.
Agreed. Yeah, I've had him on the show a couple of times, and it's always fun to have to pick his brain about whatever just comes on, life, lifting, formulation philosophies and stuff like that.
Brooke is a groupie.
I was gonna say, is Brooke asks a lot about the Morphogen stuff, even on like the live stream saying, and I do, she'll say, hey, have you tried this? I wonder, Brooke, are you a covert agent for Morphogen trying to secretly plug that brand on there? You trying to are you an affiliate, Brooke?
She was asking for Ban to be on our show, so yeah, that's why I noticed that. Yeah.
Oh man, Lukasz, you and I, before we started the podcast, and before Shane jumped in at the very last minute to save himself,
ruined it all.
And ruined it all. Yeah, Morphogen is amazing. Agreed, Nick. We were talking about the Bounty protein story that just got released. Do you want to kind of go over that, or you or Shane can kind of discuss a little bit more about it?
I leaked some info to Shane, and he did the rest. So he made an awesome story. It was like released, I don't know, like 2 hours ago, Shane, or something. But yeah, Shane brought it up super fast. So it looks pretty awesome, and I think he made a great write up about the recent release that Mars did. So they are coming up with the protein powder as well as a protein bar. But before this protein bar, Marsh released the Bounty Flapjack. So they didn't have the Bounty high protein bar.
They've done a Bounty protein bar. I looked it up because I knew that
they
had.
Yeah, but
not the Flapjack.
Yeah,
yeah.
But the thing is, it wasn't on the market for
Yeah, I don't think it was around for a while.
yeah. And from what I've heard, there was some issues with the manufacturing, and that is why they tweaked it and moved to a flapjack
I think it's
version.
kind of like the Milky Way one. That wasn't around
Yeah,
for long.
exactly. Many people were complaining that they dropped the Milky Way because they really loved it. But yeah, I'm really happy to see they launched it again. Hopefully, it's gonna be good. It's in a pack. Got two separate bars, so that's a pretty convenient snack. So you can eat one and then eat another one later on, or you can smash two at the same time.
Well, I'm a big fan of Bounty because that's what the Bounty candy bar is. It's got two in the one.
Me too, man.
Have you tried the Nutramino chocolate coconut protein
Yeah.
bar?
Yes.
That one is so damn fucking close to Bounty.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Every
Yes.
time I go to Europe, I just grab. I know it's it's mostly collagen, or it might be partial. I know it's a lot of collagen in there,
Yeah.
but I don't give a shit because it tastes so damn like the real thing.
It's produced. It's produced by Glanbia, right?
Yeah, I know it's Lambia's one, but I'm just saying that you don't find Nutramino outside of Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be, but I don't know. I don't see them. But that stuff is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Good one.
And I was like, if Mars can do just whatever shit they had before, I can't. I know the flapjack was weird,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had I was like, if you just wrap what Nutramino did in that wrap in the Bounty, it's fucking on point.
Yeah.
Because a Bounty candy bar is a lot easier to mimic.
Mm-hmm. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced about the protein powder, but
Protein powder is hard. I mean, I just had this discussion with several people. It's not easy to like shake something up, drink it, and then be like, that tastes like layers of milk chocolate, coconut, and deliciousness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. It's difficult to do when you just say one flavor, let alone mimic an actual food. So I mean, I think that's why they changed it and just wrote the flavor on the bags now. They don't necessarily say it's Bounty. They say chocolate coconut.
Yeah.
I think that's more to the point. But their protein bars are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I lost my window. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, my window freaked out. I was trying to pull up something for another question, and I lost it. Oh, one thing before we move on to the next thing, do the candy-based things sell really well over there in the EU? Like the Mars, the Snickers protein powder and Snickers protein bar and the Bounty bar and all those kind of things?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, especially.
Mm-hmm. Oh no!
Spreading. It's like 2 weeks. I froze.
No, you're good.
The Russians hacked Lukasz's internet
Just
again.
make sure you pay your internet bill.
I paid. I also pay for my light.
Yeah, it's not demonic red this week. What's going on?
There we go. All right. Morphogen. Yeah. Original Morphobrain was strong. I heard about it. I never tried it. That was the one with, what was it, like 500 milligrams of Dynamite and what else was in it? I think it had a Drafinil in it too.
I still got a top unopened. So
Of the original Morphobrain?
Yeah, of original, yeah.
Yeah, the new formula has tyrosine, lion's mane, L-Dopa, 500 milligrams of Cognizin, 500 milligrams of Dynamite, and 300 milligrams of Bacopa, standardized to 55% bacicide. So, yeah, another solid dose formula all around. Obviously, they removed the Adrafinil because it's not technically a dietary supplement. There we go. Yeah. Nupep, Adrafinil, phenylpiracetam. Yeah, those three things. Even just one of those things or two of those things is going to be enough to light you up. It's what I was talking with Gerhard over. We're messing around with some nootropic stacks for some of his gaming stuff that he's been doing, and so I got him switched on to Nupep and then phenylpiracetam. I've got him messing around with a few things. So he's going to be, he's starting to play it. I forgot what the name of the game is, but he's starting to like track his performance. It tracks every metric, like how fast it is to switch from one thing to another, or I don't remember all the metrics he was telling me last time we were talking, but I'll be curious to see that, because that's a way to get hard data. Because all the times we take these nootropics, we're thinking, yeah, I'm more productive this way, but this, whatever game he's playing actually tracks all these little minute details, so you'll be able to see, hey, I'm using this ingredients on these days, and it'll give better outcomes on his performance, or better tracking of his performance. Houston, we have a problem. What's the problem, Pete? Did you break your back again? Sneezing?
I think he's talking about Lukasz's
Oh, but he's talking about my internet connection.
Okay.
Fucking Russians.
If we get a good light, or we don't get the internet. We gotta choose.
Yeah. Robbie reached out to his contacts over at the KGB, and they're going in through the back doors. How long does creatine stay in the body? I don't know that exact answer. I will know that if you just miss a day or two of creatine each week, it's not going to be a big deal. Like it'll take weeks and weeks for saturation, like your enhanced saturation stores of creatine to dissipate once you stop supplementation. So yeah, 4 weeks is probably a good estimate. I don't know do you have any idea, Lukasz?
Don't take it for 5 days and then load up for like 20 grams per day, and your saturation will get back to normal. Man, that's like that details. I think that's like people are like, trying to figure out the smallest, details. It doesn't matter if you're not gonna take.
I'm wondering what the reason behind the question is. Is he asking if he misses, or how long it would take to like get back to normal?
Yeah, I don't see why you'd want to come off creatine though. That would be my thing.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm taking my creatine every year. Didn't miss any day. So
I always come off. I usually do if I'm trying to lose weight or maintain or gain, I'll switch it between, because I've always felt that it's pretty fucking useless if I'm trying to lose weight and I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to gain muscle or strength or performance.
No, it might help you maintain your strength standards though when you're cutting.
Yeah, but I've found that sometimes if I use it, not really often, but if I use it constantly, the kind of leaps that I get, I don't get. Like, I like the idea of when I want to try and gain strength and muscle, that I jump on creatine and I get that bump, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm trying to come down, I can maintain my strength anyway. I can do it pretty well. The creatine might help, but I would rather kind of experience that leap or that jump in strength that you get when you jump on it when I'm trying to gain. Not necessarily for like, because obviously I know if you just jump on and jump off, it can kind of say the same. But I like for confidence as well. It's kind of a nice thing to be like, shit, yeah, I'm stronger. But I've had it months in a row sometimes, and then it just kind of just doesn't have that same magic. I find it much better if I have it like, I don't know, 3 months at a time, every year.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of, I noticed if I was on it the whole time, I never really got those gains or that leap that I always got the first time. But this kind of helps.
Do you do the same thing with beta-alanine or betaine or anything like that, or just creatine specifically?
I never really take beta-alanine like daily, or I don't have anything that has it daily, but the creatine I have right now has it in there. So, but I mean, I've never really noticed a phenomenal leap in strength or endurance if I was taking something that had beta-alanine in it every day. Creatine I do, beta-alanine, I mean, I know there's studies obviously and proof behind it, but I mean, I've never gone like in 30 days, like, holy shit, I can last longer. This is amazing. But creatine, like, it's like next week or two, you're like, fuck yeah, I can slap on another plate. I can slap on another rep. It's a lot more noticeable than beta. But then I think beta-alanine is more endurance benefits anyway, isn't it? So it's kind of
60 seconds or more really is when it starts kicking in.
When I was swimming back in the day, I raced for like, did races for 60 seconds, so that would have been very noticeable. But now, no. So
yeah. The hell was that?
That was Lukasz.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Question for
Did you
y'all.
see the guilty face?
Beta alanine and pre-workouts. We may have touched on this. Are you a fan? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you not really care?
I don't care. But that's only because years ago, years ago, there were two brands that changed my mind on this. I already knew that you had to take it a lot, right, to kind of get the benefits of it. And as I
Yeah.
said, I had taken supplements where I would take beta alanine every day for like 90 days, and I didn't notice. I noticed increases in strength, which I wouldn't attribute to beta alanine, maybe, but you would more attribute it to creatine. I've never taken beta alanine by itself to really kind of give it a go, but I don't want to waste 90 days and take beta alanine just to find out that it might increase my 30 rep, which I don't do. But there was Lane Norton did a supplement. I can't remember his original brand, Carbon,
Yep.
and if I remember correctly, he didn't put it in there. He had it in his pre-workout,
Okay.
and his reason
No.
was that he said that he would rather take the money that you would spend on that ingredient and put it on something that would actually benefit that your workout in that moment.
Agreed.
He would rather give you something that could help that workout, regardless if this is your first serving or 50th, that it would help that workout. Whereas beta alanine does have proof, but it didn't necessarily help as well as others at the moment. And the other brand that I saw do it was Dedicated, and I remember Dedicated, the Dynamite Unstoppable. It was one of the first ones that didn't put beta alanine in there, and I thought at the time it was very noticeable. But that thing turned out to be one of the best pre-workouts I've ever had in my entire life, still to this day. And I was just like, well, fuck beta alanine then, because this shit was dynamite. It was good on performance, energy, focus. I was like, this is nothing proves that you don't need it as much as having a beast of a pre-workout. And so ever since then, if you don't put it in there, I'm not really gonna care. I mean, it's just if you put it in there and it's good. It's kind of my theory on any ingredient. If I have a pre-workout that doesn't have something that I thought would help, and it still kicks ass, then I'm like sweet ass. But if everything's created equal, and the supplements I'm looking at are exactly the same, and one has beta alanine and one doesn't, and I don't know, the one with beta alanine is $2-3 cheaper, I'll probably go for the non-beta alanine just because I don't know. I'll save the money. Much like Lane Norton said, I just would prefer to put my money into things that are going to help the workout separately and stand alone rather than the combination of taking more beta alanine over however many weeks. But it's never really been a problem for me. I never really cared too much for it.
Yeah. That brings up another question. All right, so all the time we see these nootropics in pre-workouts. So we'll see alpha GPC, we'll see huperzine. Like those are two of the big ones that you see in there a lot. And there's 2, maybe 3 studies on alpha GPC, but it's not strictly in terms of resistance training. It's more like counter movement jumps where it's improved performance. And so huperzine can maybe help you focus a little bit more, but there's no actual exercise data showing that would improve that. So do you think something like that actually belongs in a pre-workout when it's not really necessarily doing much to actually improve your performance?
I just like the thing. I like it all in the one. Like Go Size, I think is a great example. That's got something that I'm going to take daily. Beta alanine is key.
Yeah.
But it's like my pre-workout is for that workout. And like I said, Go Size, I'll take daily. It's got betaine, creatine, beta alanine, EpiCat. I think the new version has a few differences. But I like that.
Probably got
'cause that thing-
Synactive in it too, I would imagine.
Yeah. So I think that's dynamite, because if it's something you are going to take daily, then it completely makes it. Same if you have a pre-workout. If you have a pre-workout that you're going to take every day, then yeah, beta alanine is a must-have, I would say, because you are going to get it in every day. But I change my pre-workouts day to day.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to probably do beta alanine justice by having it every day. So, and I would potentially ruin the investment of I might have a pre-workout that has beta-alanine for a week, and then if I don't have that pre-workout without it, I kind of wasted that saturation build up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, but to your point, like I like those daily things, like size that like it's separate, standalone, all in one. That yeah, I can take it. I don't want to take a pre-workout just to get those daily things. Or if I can put it in a separate one, and then if it's in the pre-workout, it's no big deal. I mean, I've had 6 grams a day in some of these things, but it's I do like the daily thing. And there are a few brands out there that do them really good. I think PES has one as well.
They had Ergonine. I think they discontinued it though. Them and iForce used to have Finish Line as well, and I think they discontinued that one too.
Yes.
But
which is kind of a bummer because both of those are solid formulas.
Yeah, see, I remember people telling me that when you discontinue things, it's because it doesn't sell well. But I mean, I just like that daily thing. Like creatine was my daily, but then when you're like, oh, you can get your beta-alanine too, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But like I said, I only dislike those daily things in pre-workouts because I don't take the same pre-workout every day.
Right.
If you were a fan of a brand and that was what you're after, then it makes complete sense.
Gotcha. Absolutely love beta-alanine in my pre-workout. He likes the tingles mixed with caffeine. And I mean that's a lot of the reason most brands put it in there is that it gives you the perception that the pre-workout's hitting harder. Might not actually be providing any ergogenic benefit, especially if you're not taking it regularly, but on those one-off days where you randomly take a pre-workout that's got beta-alanine in it, then yeah.
Question to you guys: do you still feel the tingles when you're supplementing beta-alanine daily? Because I'm not.
I haven't felt it in 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm a hit or miss, man. Like I don't understand. I feel like there has to be something to do with the manufacturing or something, like the supplier. Because I've had a pre-workout at like 5 grams, I don't feel shit. And then I've had a pre-workout at 2 to 3, and I feel like I'm an acupuncture therapy or something. My face is just being prodded. And the one thing I noticed, the consistency between them all, said I feel the tingles in the European and the UK beta-alanines than I do in the US. I'm not saying like I've had products from Europe that aren't like that, and vice versa. But most of the time, the pre-workouts that I feel that sensation, I'm like they're from Europe. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm hit or miss. It's probably diet related, maybe, but there'll be times I don't feel it at all. Then
you know what?
I
talked with the review bros about this, and they also agree with me. That the dose is not a major factor, but I think that the quality of the ingredient plays a big role here. So that is why you're not feeling 5 grams equal as like let's say 2 grams of
Then you have to wonder, even though you don't feel the tingles, is it still working?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I imagine it still works.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. It'd be difficult to compare, but because you've only got the one branded version, don't you? There's not really multiple out there.
I personally take beta-alanine on a daily basis, every day. So I take 3 grams every day. So even
I think Go Size has 3.
Yeah, so I'm using the dedicated Epic.
Oh yeah, that's another nice solid one.
That's a good one. Oh.
Yeah.
Dedicated Nutrition Epic.
Yeah, Epic.
Dedicated's a good brand.
I'm bummed that they discontinued Unbeatable. That was I loved that stack.
Let's see. Let me pull this up.
If I remember, do they have the EpiCat and Epic as well?
I would assume so because the name is Epic. It's got EP in it. I would say. Let me see. Let me pull
No,
it up.
actually, I think they might have did it in another one. They made it. I think they used that in a different
In a
caffeine
different,
product.
yeah, in a different.
Okay, share, go.
It's gonna
3
be
grams
careful with the
creatine
sharing,
mono.
Robert. We don't want to see any like Pornhub or anything like that.
I'm not gonna find any of that on my machine, dude. I'm not gonna find it. This is my naughty stuff right here. Supplement facts. That's what gets me going. This is the primeval product I was trying to figure out earlier. Xanax. 3 grams of taurine, 2 grams of tyrosine, 300 milligrams of humanofort, 200 of 309,
Yes, I
and
remember
100.
this.
Yeah, I like that. It was simple. Anyway, okay. So here is the
Yeah, see?
epic formula.
Yeah.
But why are they doing?
Why are they doing 3 grams of creatine? I forgot about that.
Why is there only a half dose of Elevate? It's 50 servings, so
Oh no, yeah, it's a double. It's a double. Yeah,
25. Okay.
it's 25. I was trying to
25.
figure that out. I was like, that's not like dedicated. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I like this. 4
Yeah.
grams of beta alanine. Why not? 6 of creatine. Why not? It's like a gram extra of everything. Then you got the tart cherry for recovery.
Hello,
AMP.
Mary.
I mean, like I said, when you have things like this, I love beta alanine and creatine because it is something that I'm going to take daily. I just don't feel like I'm doing them justice.
Mhm.
Or the ingredient justice if it's broken up and I'm not having it day to day to day.
Yeah.
I like seeing them in products like this as opposed to a pre-workout. Again, it depends on if you're going to take it every day, but yeah, I like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a solid one.
I love those kinds of products.
I think that's maybe more of a niche area. Like the all-in-ones are for the people that are really into supplements.
I think that's the other thing because when you buy a stack, you're like, let's get a pre, an amino, a protein, and then when you start getting into the extra realm, it's hard to justify spending in another amount, the same price as basically a pre-workout on something that you just take daily.
Yeah.
And you're not really going to feel.
Right.
So I mean, I love those ones, but I can see why people might not jump on them as much as say like an extra pre-workout or a pump pre-workout, something that's going to give you a little more.
Yeah. Controlled Labs Flood pre-workout years ago, the strongest tingles I have ever experienced. That was my very first pre-workout I ever used was White Flood V2.
White Flood? Seriously?
White Flood V2 is my very first pre-workout back in 12, 13, something like that, 13 or 14, somewhere in that ballpark.
Oh, so you're like you haven't been in it that long.
I missed the Jack days. I never got to try Jack 3D with the DMAA in it or the DMAA, whatever other things it was laced with.
Just find some dodgy alley downtown.
Just get some meth from there.
Do some lines of coke. Same kind of thing.
There we go.
What about the days with AMP Citrate? Do you miss them as well?
I told you this is my favorite. That was my favorite stem.
Yeah, this was my favorite as well.
It was I don't know. But there's obviously several metaphors, but after losing DMAA and then stumbling into that, it was almost like getting dumped by like some girl you thought was the love of your life, and then just stumbling into some Victoria's Secret model, and you're like,
yeah,
oh my god, like, if I could land this, I'm gonna be sick for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then
so what you actually mean though is finding a really nice girl and then finding Nikki is what you mean, correct, Shane?
Oh, that's wholeheartedly what I'm talking about.
Bro, but she was so consistent, man.
My ex is DMAA and Nikki is the AMP Citrate.
There we go. We also offer marriage counseling on the show too for all the listeners out there watching.
But we don't have any guarantees.
Nope, no guarantees. We will take your money though, but we don't promise results. Just like all good supplement companies. There's a pre-workout with DMBA called Demolish by Frenzy Labs. I don't know if it's in it, but I certainly felt something. DMBA, that's AMP Citrate.
Look, man. Every time I see a pre-workout or something after someone came out and said it's banned and so everyone stops using it, That's when
Yeah.
I don't expect to ever actually get that ingredient in a pre-work. But if he said, I certainly felt something. Look, man, if AMP Citrate was in there, and this is no joke, it wouldn't felt something. You would have felt everything. Because that thing, if it's dosed well, is, oh man, it's some good shit.
Miss them days.
I actually really like this formula, but again, I'm just, I mean, those two together. I remember seeing AMP Citrate in DMHA in some supplements, but I had tried some solid pre-workouts with the AMP Citrate by itself, and they were, I mean, some of the best pre-workouts ever.
I'm thinking which pre was the last one with AMP Citrate that I've used. I can't recall.
Mine was ooh.
Probably,
It would have been Unstoppable, but
yeah, I would say Unstoppable.
knowing
think
how
so.
slutty I am, I would have dipped around into other pre-workouts just to, fill the void.
Wiggle.
Yeah. I would have been like, let's just finish with Unstoppable, and 2 weeks later, I need to get some more.
As I used to say, go through the store.
Yeah. I would have gone window shopping. I would have been.
Paul, one thing I'll say about the Demolish pre-workout, it's got methylsynephrine in there. That is not the same as P-synephrine or parasynephrine that's in bitter orange extract. Methylsynephrine actually has some of the adverse cardiovascular, like increases blood pressure, increases vasoconstriction, elevates heart rate. Some of the things you don't really want to happen. So just be careful with that. Be careful with that. Brooke swears she's not a Morphogen groupie, but
Brooke, I didn't say you are like a groupie per se. I just say that you are a big fan. That's why. That's why I just.
Yeah, it's all in good fun, Brooke. It's all in good fun. Here's a controversial one. Caffeine is a diuretic, but the benefits outweigh the disadvantages. Those are the diuretic effects of caffeine are overstated to a pretty considerable degree. Like it says it's dehydrating and all that. Once you're habituated to caffeine, its diuretic effects are not really that pronounced. And even if you look at the research or the literature on the diuretic properties of caffeine, it's very modest. It's nothing on the order of something like a loop diuretic or some of these pharmaceutical grade ones that they put on people that have blood pressure and water retaining disorders and things like that. It's about 30 grams of creatine per day. That's a bit excessive, I would say. You don't need, you're just going to be wasting it at that point. I mean, 20 grams is, if you're doing a loading, 20 grams is about where you need it to be. But even then, I don't think loading is really necessary unless you're like a wrestler that's trying to like load it up before a competition or a power lifter or something like that.
Makes some sense.
Yeah. Question for Shane. 1,200 grams of protein.
I didn't even get that much from all my macros.
I mean, that's 4,800 calories of just pure. We're assuming there's no other fats, there's no carbohydrates in that or at all. That's 4,800 calories of just protein.
I feel like this is a sarcastic question.
Yeah,
based on the emoji
range.
But I mean,
you would have to like eat a small cow every day, basically.
Did you see that that chef, that White House chef's video about his diet? I mean, I've seen some funny shit, man.
The Chef Rush.
Yeah.
8,000 calories per day. So he eats like 8 chickens per day or something.
It's not even the fact that it's not the size. It's like he's like, I woke up and he says like something like 2,200 push-ups or some shit.
Yeah, because
because why not? Yeah.
No. he's doing it on purpose because he's
I understand.
tributing the veterans that
but
did a suicide or something.
I get that, but you could just do 22, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could do 2.2 press ups. Why are you going to be 20? I understand that might be relevant.
He's doing 2020
but the way it was explained made it sound beneficial. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to wake up and do 2200 of anything, but and then he has 20 eggs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
in the morning.
Fuck?
Yeah, man.
I think it was 24. I think it might be a little more.
And
then like, at lunch he has half a chicken, and then he has the other half the chicken later in the day.
Yeah, but he's like 3 hours, every 3 hours or something, or every 2 or 3 hours.
But when I was,
the volume is crazy.
He wakes up at like 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end of the video, he says, "I want to have my last meal around 11 p.m. or midnight," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
dude, there's no fucking way he is able to sleep for 3 hours and then wake up and do 2,200 push-ups."
Yeah, I got to believe there's some hyperbole in that video.
Not a fucking chance, man.
I was like, maybe
like the rest of America, like all right. So he's the White House chef. Like the rest of American politics, it's a fucking hoax and bullshit. So
you know what? I think he's doing something like this. That he may sleep like, let's say, 3 hours. He wakes up.
I think he has to have a nap.
Yeah, and after he wakes up, he did his push-ups, and after his push-ups, he probably like, fuck, I'm going back to bed.
No, he said he has push-ups, has his coffee. There's a gap. I think it was around 1 to 5, because he said he works out at around like 5 in the evening. I think there's a gap, but even then, even if you haven't, who the hell naps for the same amount of time as you like sleep normally? That's not a nap, then, is it? That's just you're sleeping during the day and sleeping at night.
I know one thing. After 3 hours of sleep, I wouldn't be able to function. So
no, I wouldn't.
Agreed.
I'm doing it right now, and I have to work out today.
Yeah.
I didn't even have 3 hours. How much did I have? I had 2, and I may have got another 1. It was broken.
I remember 2 weeks ago when we did the cheat day. So I went to bed at like 10, and I woke up at 4. So I had like 6 hours of sleep, because I had to wake up early just to prepare my food. Because at 4 a.m. here, and everything is locked. So and plus we have the COVID situation, so all is shut down. So after 6 hours, I was like so messed up, but still, and my appetite wasn't there at all. So I was like, oh damn, that's gonna be a rough one.
It's because you didn't do 2,200 push-ups.
Oh yeah, bro.
Woken up and done 22, not 2,100, 2,200.
Yeah.
I want to see these 2,200 reps, because if it's like the reps you see at like all the fitness expos, where it's like the guy looks like it's like a monkey fucking a coconut as opposed to doing a real push-up.
I couldn't even tap my foot 2,200 times when I wake up. Exercise is the last thing on my mind when I wake up. I just 2,200 push-ups. Even no matter how you did the reps, that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, good on him if he does. Off 3 hours of sleep, but
yeah, but hey, like doing it every day. Can you imagine?
But
I feel like it would get
like doing it like once per week. Okay, I can understand, but like doing it every fucking day, no, man.
I'm calling shenanigans.
And 3 hours of sleep. That's a beast.
If you all like Top Focus, go get Brain Blitz, and if you want Pump, stack it with their Pump Phase. Best combo I've tried. If you all get a chance, I try to recommend it. Brain Blitz. Let's see that.
Phase 1, isn't it?
Phase 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Have we talked? I think we've talked about them before.
Yeah, we did.
Let's see. Share. I think I would get faster at doing this after doing this all the time. There we go.
This is some pretty good stuff.
All right, so 4 grams, 2,1 citrulline malate, 2 grams of betaine, 600 milligrams alpha GPC, 50%. So we're getting 300 milligrams of that. 5 tyrosine, 350 theanine. Okay. 250 caffeine, 150 Ureadrensis, the ass-kicking alkaloid from that. Infinergy, another 100. So that's going to give you another 75 milligrams of caffeine, 100 of theobromine, 100 of English walnut extract, which is going to have some kind of DMHA alkaloids in it probably. 30 milligrams of Nupep, 25 of Astrogen, and 100 of Huperzine. That'll get the job done. Be curious to see how much of an edge the theanine takes off of it.
Yeah, man.
Have y'all tried this one?
I could I could understand like 100, 150, but 350 milligrams. No, man. We got a secret offer.
Yeah, there we go. I hate websites. Like you try to.
Maybe Robbie's gonna jump on.
There's women in your area. There's women in your area that are interested.
All right, and what's the other? What's the pump one he was saying?
Pump
Pull it
phase.
up. Pump phase. All right, let's see if we can back out. Is that it? I'm assuming this is it. Preface? No. All right, since we're already on here. Let's see, 4 grams of citrulline, 3 grams of beta-alanine, 2 grams of glycerol, 1.5 of nitrosogene, 50 of S7. So good on citrulline, good on nitrosogene.
Yes, S7.
Yeah.
See, this is another area I like seeing beta-alanine, even though it's not necessarily like pump based. I like seeing it in the stimulant-free stuff as well, because then it's way easier to continue that daily dose. Just because, like, again, I know people do it, but I just find it difficult to commit to a stimulant pre-workout that has beta-alanine every day, which you put in these stim-free things. It's but you see it. You don't usually see it there much because it's not a pump ingredient.
Interesting. Yeah, that is solid. Just 2,222 push-ups in 75 minutes with 29.
Fucking way. Are you doing 75 minutes of push-ups
straight push-ups
when you wake up? My word.
Not happening.
I think he could manage in like maybe 2.5 hours, but 75 minutes.
To be honest, if he actually did do it every day, I think he could probably you'd get in a rhythm.
I want to see a video of it.
You know what? The only thing that
he's a big fucking guy too, so it's not going to be.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. He has like a fucking big guns, and he's a big guy.
Yeah, but you think he's on the naughty sauce too, though? I mean, he's obviously probably.
Bro,
he didn't touch.
Don't get me started. Although I don't want to get rated here. In both.
3 hours of sleep, 2,222 push-ups when you wake up, and you're still working out later in the day. You're eating a whole family of chicken eggs, half a chicken, and then he has steak throughout there as well, and protein shakes. I mean, if you're not doing something, I need to know whatever it is.
The chickens are fucked, basically. Because he's not only eating eggs, but he's also eating like the entire family of the chickens.
It is a family. He's got to be having the mom for like lunch and dinner, and then all her little babies in the morning.
Yeah, and father at dinner.
Shit.
I'm surprised there's not like a giant vegan protest outside of his living quarters.
Well, I mean, it's in the White House, isn't he? So probably...
And that's only chicken that we are talking about. What about the cows and
he has beef. I remember he has beef.
Oh my goodness.
He has greens too.
Man, how can he fit so much calories into all these meals? Because protein is super satiating, you know. So
the food doesn't surprise. I remember going to FIBO and seeing Derek Lunsford take pretty much the bowl of boiled eggs that they had on the fucking breakfast, and he just took the whole bloody thing, and then he just peeled them out one by one, and then just took the yolks out, and he was just polishing them off, and I'm like, so I can see someone doing, as ridiculous as it is to me, I can see someone doing 24 boiled eggs. I can see someone doing that. Half a chicken, I can see that. The thing that catches me is the 3 fucking hours of sleep. I just did that.
That's not true. There's no way.
that's not
But not even that. It's the waking up and doing 2,220 push-ups. 75 minutes.
Shane, we've got a timer here. Why don't you're on 3 hours of sleep. Start doing your 2,200 push-ups. We'll sit here and time it. And then...
I wouldn't even get to 222.
We'll give you time to take 22. A pre-workout.
I'm not wasting a pre-workout. That's ridiculous. But that's the thing. He didn't have a pre-workout. He said he has coffee after it.
Yeah.
Because you need some energy for after.
Yeah, he says he takes only pre-workout before he works out, but not before, not in the morning.
I mean, if you could get in the rhythm of 3 hours of sleep and then 3 hours of sleep in the day, I wonder scientifically.
Bro, not a fucking chance. It's impossible. It's impossible to function on 3 hours of sleep. That's impossible.
And what I'm saying is, if your body actually can get in the rhythm of sleeping 3 hours in the day or 4 hours, let's say it's just 3 or 4, and then 3 or 4 at night, if you would still function on a high level as you would if you, like we do, well, not right now, but like if he broke it up and his body got in the rhythm, or if your body can get in the rhythm of doing it, basically a short day, basically what a human does, but on a shorter time frame. It must be it must be possible, because if you can be as a human, you're trained to the sun and night. If theoretically it could be possible to train yourself to have a shorter day, could it not?
I mean, you're trying to undo, hundreds of thousands of years of evolution.
Yeah, but it could.
I don't think you could.
Right?
I don't think it's like you could just do it like that.
Well, I mean, maybe not, but I'm not saying if it could be done like that. I'm saying, can it be done? And this man might have done it.
Shane, it reminds me of our times at FIBO, going to bed at like 10 or 11 and waking up at like 4 or 4:30 just to be downstairs in the lobby at 5 a.m. just to train.
11 was when we left the room. I still went back and did fucking work. So you may have went to bed then, and then you were trying to change centuries of human evolution, Lukasz, by making me gym at 5 in the morning. That's what you were doing.
Yeah, but hold on. The first day was always the worst, and the second and the third day were always the easiest. You can admit that. No, they were always better.
I mean, I'm not saying what was better. I'm saying what was easiest. The first day was easiest because I was like, sweet, I can handle this. I need some of that Chef Rush, whatever the fuck he's on, because damn.
I think for short periods of time, you can do it. Like you could maybe have a day or two or maybe 3 of 4 hours of sleep, maybe 5 hours of sleep. But then after that, man, you're going to crash. You're going to be sleeping, sleeping your ass off forever.
Body will definitely rebel, I think.
I get to nap today. I don't know when, but I'm gonna.
Whenever your halfling naps?
She didn't nap.
Oh, that's right. You have told me that before.
Yeah.
Here's the secret sauce. 5 mils Benadryl, 28 mils bourbon.
You told me this, and I told you it's not that. Because then if she naps, then she just goes to bed at like fucking 9 at night.
I don't know what to tell you then. I don't know what to tell you.
Suck it up, Shane.
There you go.
Get your hands on some AMP Citrate.
30 grams of creatine is Yari's experiment. There have been no disadvantages. The results have increased, weights have increased, and the muscles have been slightly swollen. Better pump. How big are you, Yari? Because I mean, creatine, like all compounds, it's based off of slanted to your body to weight ratios. I mean, I think could some people need more than 5 grams a day as a maintenance dose? Yes, but do I think you need to go much above 10 grams a day? I mean, even Ronnie Coleman, I'm pretty sure didn't need more than 10 grams a day to maintain his creatine stores.
BRB is like Chef Rush, 300 pounds or something.
If you guys listening got any other questions for us, we'll stay on as long as you guys have something to throw our way. I think there were a couple of questions that came in this past week. There's one that came in about specifically Apollon's hard target, but I'm going to say that until Robbie's on the podcast next week, so we can discuss that at length. Let me see.
Who's Robbie?
Some schmuck that has better things to do, apparently.
I thought we already get rid of them.
Let's see.
I mean, can't believe I did all that effort to show up, and Robert's like, nah, just on a plane.
No, I mean, he could be streaming in from that right now.
He could.
And he chose not to.
My daughter's in the other room. She might very well be awake. But I'm not taking my headphones off so it doesn't happen. It's just
there you go.
Just wait until she bangs on the wall. That's the when I know she's up.
That was me. It's raining quite intensely outside now. Interesting. Okay.
Thank you for the weather update, old man. Jesus Christ.
Well, I just heard a big poof. You think they have Wi-Fi. Every plane these days, they got Wi-Fi on the plane. I bet you, look, I'm going to send him a message in our group chat right now. And I bet you he answers.
I'm 100% sure he is like talking with Branch right now, eating jerky and just like messing around.
There we go. All right, we'll see. We'll see how long it takes him to respond.
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Yeah, it says update on here. Robbie is typing.
Wait, is he actually?
Yeah, I got the WhatsApp window open. It says Robbie is
Just
typing.
send him the link and just be like, dude, log in. What are you doing? No one's gonna care.
Everyone will be on, with the mask on and so on.
Yeah.
Damn.
Surely he's not like squished into. He's probably flying first class, right?
I mean, that's how the big ballers at Apollon roll, man.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried Barbell protein bars?
He hasn't.
Bro.
Hold on. Before we get to this question, he hasn't even departed. So what the fuck is he? What is he doing? Why is he not calling?
I'm trying to figure out a way to get this uploaded so we can share this with.
He's full of shit.
He is. Okay, let's see if we can do this.
Maybe he's got some. Maybe he's got a giant pimple or something. He doesn't want to show his face.
He needs the time. He needs the time off or
wrong.
something. He needs the time off or something.
Is there a way I can share the Robbie's response? Just about to depart on the plane as we speak. 1 hour 45-minute delay. I hate American Airlines. They all suck.
You're digging a grave for him, man.
I'm disappointed he didn't squeeze it in.
Sounds like
Disappointed he didn't know there was a delay and thought maybe I'll jump on it.
Okay, let's see how what we get out of that. You're welcome, Yari. 160 pounds. Okay. Yeah, that seems a bit excessive with the creatine. You're gonna end up wasting your money. Not wasting it, but I mean it could be put to better use.
I don't think 30 grams is sufficient.
I haven't done a loading phase for fucking.
I never did.
I did because that's what's on the back.
If he wants to do an experiment, let him do like 20 grams per day, but not 30. 30 is too much.
All right, so I have not tried Barbell protein bars. Have you two? And are they good, bad, or are there ones that are good and other ones that are bad?
Best. They are the best.
The best.
The best.
Stops on deck. Check the Stack 3D protein bars rating, and you will know.
It's been number one since I tried it in Iceland. It's not from Iceland, but it's hard to beat.
At the moment, Scandinavia is probably on top of their game, and they are making amazing protein bars. So definitely give them a try.
On that flavor note, I will say there are flavors that are very different. Like there are some that
Yeah.
are dynamite, and then there are some that are kind of.
Ah.
I would say the caramel
Need some work.
cashew is good. Salty peanut, chocolate mint. Their holiday puffs is good. There's I really like their blueberry one, but that's kind of
Yeah.
depends on you.
Texture, the taste, man, the build of the bars, so good.
It's just the realism of the chocolate and
Yeah.
the caramel. Was that here? Oh shit!
Uh-oh. See, this is how you handle your business, ladies and gentlemen. You take a podcast break, and then you go out and handle your business, and then you come back, which is more than we can say for Robbie.
You're gonna have another special guest.
Robbie responded, he said, nothing worse than me without food for hours. Plus, I got pulled over by cops for speeding to the airport. Oh, well, this just keeps getting better and better. Robbie got pulled over by the cops for speeding on the way to the airport. No points, thank God, but it still sucks. I'm guessing by points he means no ticket?
I think so.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, well, there we go. So Robbie's just full of excuses today.
As always.
Picked them up last week, was blown away by the flavor. Are they available here in the States?
Yeah, I think so. You can definitely get them on Amazon.
Amazon? Okay. I'll have to order a box and try them out. I've heard y'all talk about them before. I have yet to try them.
Yeah, man, give them a go. Definitely worth it.
Assassin V7, is it out? What is the... I mean, what's the latest version with TJ? Was that 6.5 or 7.5?
It's 6.5.
Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, it is sold out. Assassin pre-workout is sold out. Both flavors. No, version 7 is not out yet. It'll be coming sooner rather than later, hopefully. But as everybody knows, there is massive shortages, delays, material shorts all over the industry right now. So people are having trouble sourcing scoopers, lids, ingredients themselves. There's a shortage with caffeine, which has made the caffeine price skyrocket like 400% or something obnoxious like that.
Did it affect your business, Robert, as well?
No, the manufacturer we're using bought up a ton of stuff, and so he said he's got enough supply to last through June or July, which is when they anticipate the shortages to be over with. So we've been good on that. But I mean, we're not moving tons and tons of volume of product. I mean, our initial order was 200 units, and so
yeah, I can imagine. But your manufacturer probably works with other companies as well, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
My question,
yeah. There we go. 6.5. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 6.5 is the current version. There's a guy that just moved in down the street from us, and I was outside playing with Sophia one day, and he came up, and I was wearing a Pitbull Lab shirt. We got to talk, and you can tell he works out. I mean, he's a big boy. And he says, "Well, what's Pitbull Labs?" Because he does roofing for a living, or he's the salesman for a roofing team. And he says, "Hey, I just got back. You want some deer meat?" And we were talking about roofing and stuff, because we just had a hailstorm about a month ago. And he said, "I'll hop up on your roof." And he says, "When I come over to check it out, I'll bring you some deer meat. I got a ton in my freezer. We just went hunting a couple weeks ago." And he looks at my shirt and says, "Yeah, I know. So I've got a couple pounds of deer meat in the freezer now, which is awesome."
Fire.
So I'm gonna have some Bambi burgers later, I think. And then he said, "What's Pitbull Labs?" And so I told him, what I do for a living and all that. So when he came over to do the roof inspection on Tuesday, I said, "Here." I loaded him up with a giant box full of pre-workouts. He said, "Man, sometimes I go to the gym twice a day." So included in that was a tub of Assassin, a tub of Hooligan, and there were 4 or 5 other pre-workouts that I put in there. And he says, "Are any of these high stim? I like the really high stim stuff." I said, "Here you go, try Assassin." It was I said, he says, I'm gonna go take this right now after we finish talking. And he said, he texted me on the way to the gym. He said, dude, he said, I've been buzzing the whole fucking day. He said, I can't stop shaking from this. He said, this is awesome. I said, yep. You're gonna be in good hands with Assassin right there.
Yeah, but the Bambi meat, oh man. Ooh,
It's so good.
So
My
good.
uncle goes hunting a lot too.
So good. Man.
Did I miss anything?
No, we were just talking. I was talking about how I switched on a neighbor of ours to Assassin, since we're on the topic of it.
Fucking crack addicts.
I
Speaking
gave him the tub I had, or one of the tubs I had.
Speaking of high stim products, landed this week.
Is that crack?
Yeah,
It says crack. Who is that from?
Dark Labs.
Let me see what this is.
From Poland. I would love.
Dark Lab. It's a Polish brand? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Ooh. 5 grams citrulline malate, 2 grams beta alanine, 1 gram agmatine sulfate, 500 mgs of alpha GPC, 500 N-acetyltyrosine, 300 caffeine anhydrous, 200 caffeine citrate, 300 urea durensis, 200 2-amino, 100 geranium extract, which we're not sure. I mean, that's what you're hoping is there's some DMAA alkaloids in there. 50 milligrams of hordenine, good. 25 of naringin, 10 of black pepper, 1 of alpha-yohimbine, so 0.9 milligrams of actual alpha-yohimbine. Have you tried it yet, Lukasz?
Yeah.
Do they sell it in Poland?
I took it at 6 in the morning, and it keeps me buzzing till 8 p.m. Literally.
Do they sell it? Do they sell it in Poland?
Yeah.
I mean, see, I have trust issues, right? If I see a brand selling agmatine in Europe or yohimbine, I mean, in the US, you have to obviously find specific manufacturers to do DMAA, and
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
obviously they can't be a certain level if they do it.
Yeah, of course.
But
That's
but
why.
then,
That's why it's
you get
limited.
companies. Yeah, that's why when I see things like that, I'm like, I'm just not gonna touch it, because I'm like, how on earth, how are you getting that made?
Yeah.
Like how?
Mixing it up in their own blender at the house and slapping their own
I know,
labels on it.
but like it's kind of to me, it's the same thing as like how you guys were saying. Oh, if it's protein powder is expired, you still have. I'm like, I ain't fucking touching it. If it's expired by like more than a day, I'm out. But that's like if I see a pre-workout like that, and I'm like, it just goes through my head. I'm like, yeah, it might be in there, but I'm like, because I mean, you could put several other things in a pre-workout to make it feel like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, arguably, when you can't use certain ingredients, they might have done. Someone might do. Anyone might do. I always get anxiety over it, and I talk myself out of them.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got so many others, pre-workouts here available in Europe, and they also have on the label.
Yeah, I don't trust any of them.
Yeah, DMHA, DMAA, and so on. So
Oh no,
yeah, man.
like the DMAA and the DMAA and the DMHA. I mean, together that's a little bit weird because again, I've had pre-workouts that had the two, and they weren't like that great. The best pre-workouts are generally the ones that had one. So I have to imagine that there was some sort of purity or quality of the ingredient back when you could use it. But when you see the two together, I'm like, maybe. But it's the yohimbine and the agmatine in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what throws me off. Because you can't have yohimbine outside of America, and you can't have agmatine in Europe.
Yeah.
So it has me sitting there. The DMA and DMH doesn't bother me too much. It's those two that makes me then think the DMA and DMHA are a little bit weird. I don't know. It might be fine. You said it works good. I just always talk myself out of these things and I didn't touch them.
Can you attest to the veracity of these claims, Lukasz, in one way or the other, or no comment?
Yeah,
They're
they're selling SARMs. Yeah.
Okay, see, that's my. There you go. That's kind of what I was saying.
They're selling SARMs as well. Yeah.
What is it like when there's? I can't remember the saying. When there's one, there's many. It's
Oh
kind
yeah, I
of.
see them on. Yeah, they got GW, LGD, MK, Red.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw it's somewhere, but I don't remember which product was it.
Curious. Adrenaline is a new product from them.
I mean, I know that I'm like being I'm a softie in that sense, like, but if I saw, like, when Man Sports used DMHA, it was like one of the bigger ones to use it. I was like, fucking dynamite. It's great, right?
Yeah.
If it's only smaller brands that most that I haven't heard of that are using a set ingredient, kind of worries me. Like if you could use it, then
Yeah.
Muscle Tech would use it, Cellucor would use it, but I'm just I'm sure you'll be fine. I just again I get anxiety over these things.
You know my receptors.
Yeah,
people don't like their protein being spiked. I find it hard to believe that you would try something like that may or shouldn't be allowed in there or whatever, or that was already ruled as banned. I just have no idea how you even find or get those things made or how they're made when it's openly not allowed.
I also don't know.
I know what's his name did. I remember Not for Pussy. They did they did Egbertine in Germany, and they branded it as export only.
Yeah.
I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, and it was still selling like cupcakes,
I know, it was just so funny that, like, that's kind of what they did. No, we're not selling it in Europe.
Yeah, they had like
export only.
Yeah, they had two versions. So one was like EU approved, and the other one was for export.
Like if you go to like the manufacturer, but you're not allowed to sell this. No, just put export only on there, and we'll only export it. I swear.
Wink.
Because everyone who's overseas and buys Egbertine wants it to say export only on it.
Yeah.
Does that actually work, getting around all the loopholes and whatnot?
I don't. I remember trying to look. I don't. He told me he wasn't selling it in Germany. So I don't know.
Well, you know what? It's illegal, if I could say that. So.
Yeah.
But Dark Labs is on the market for quite some time, probably for 2 years or something.
Are they the ones that had the research only? Like it was for research purposes only? Was their pre-workout, or is that that's Dark Energy? That's Dark Energy.
Dark Energy, yeah.
Okay.
They came with the crack. It was the first edition. Then there was like another crack Halloween, which was exactly the same as the gold one. So they basically did like a limited run, and with this one they also did limited edition for this one. And my buddy sent it to me, so I said, okay, I will give it a go. But crazy formula.
Gotcha. I'm looking at their Flame pre-workout right now. I can share this.
Yeah, they got Flame and Heroline.
Yeah, 1,000 milligrams of agmatine, 1,000 milligrams of creatinolphosphate, which I think is an underutilized and under-researched ingredient. I really like it. I wish more companies put it in there.
Yeah,
500 of urea gerentis extract. Now, it's not 500 milligrams of the actual N-phenyl dimethylamine citrate. It's probably got some other fun alkaloids in there, but that's a pretty hefty dose of that.
Yeah.
300 milligrams of theobroma cacao, which is usually standardized to 98% theobromine, typically. I like that ingredient a lot. 300 caffeine anhydrous, good. 300 2-amino. 100 caffeine citrates, that's another 50 milligrams of caffeine. 75 of hordenine, 25 naringin, 10 black pepper, and 1.5 of 90% alpha yohimbine.
Oh, look. This is the same brand.
Yeah.
They just don't give a fuck, do they?
Nope.
They don't They don't give a shit. That's what I told you.
It's not even
I
alpha
told
yohimbine. It's not yohimbine. It's just straight alpha.
they got.
Isomer.
They also got the double yohimbine, which is like in a separate bottle, and they sell 5 grams, 5 milligrams, 5 milligrams of HCl and 5 milligrams of alpha yo
Yeah, I saw that. I was getting ready to pull that up next.
per cap. Yeah, that's fun. But personally, I'm a big fan of yohimbine, so.
Do you like the standardized alkaloids, Lukasz, or do you like the yohimbine extracts where you get all the fun little different alkaloids in there?
Extract.
Yeah.
I
heard bodybuilding.com's not allowing yohimbine HCl anymore. I think that might be right. You have to use just yohimbine extract.
Oh,
Did you
I
do
remember
anything
someone
like that,
telling me
Shane?
this.
What about alpha yo?
I remember someone telling me that you're not allowed to.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
one of
synthetic.
like when you use it, yeah, you're meant to use yohimbine standardized to whatever, not straight yohimbine. I can't remember who told me that, but that's not a new rule. Apparently, that's been around for fucking ages.
They just decided to start enforcing it.
I don't know if they're starting to enforce it, but obviously, if you're someone like bodybuilding.com, you would get caught collectively. Whereas if you're just one brand, you might just get caught. I don't know.
Right.
But someone told me that like a couple of years ago.
All right. Any other questions you guys have? We'll put in the last call for questions now, and then I'm going to let Shane see if there's any interesting news stories you think we should cover, Shane.
Like I've had fucking time to do this. Jesus.
I did
try and
see...
find something.
There's a couple of things. So Chemix just released their joint formula, and I'm going to be getting Brian, or the Gorilla Chemist, on the podcast in the coming weeks.
Oh, awesome.
After he's busy
good
May 5th through the
conversation.
15th, so it'll be sometime in the latter half of May that I'll get him on there.
You can say I'm a groupie. Definitely big fan.
Groupie of Chemix?
Yeah, man. I love what the guy is doing with his formulas.
Yeah,
Definitely,
he's a sharp guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's I saw the formula for his joint formula here. I'll pull this up, and there were I like it. And it's the PEA, the palmitoyl ethanolamide. That was one thing I was thinking of putting in the Apollon joint formula. And shout out to Joey at Glaxon for turning me onto that ingredient, which we're swapping out for the paractin, which made it decent tasting. Everything else, the cissus is these. I mean, cissus is. I think that's one of those things that you need to take each day, anyway. And anywhere between 1 and 3 grams is the research dose, I believe.
I remember my first time using cissus was with USP Labs.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Was that test powder?
No, they had the cissus formula separate.
Because they had it in their test formula, did they not?
Yeah, as well. Yeah, that's powder. Yeah.
Yeah. Apriflex is another good one. That's a really solid ingredient. This is interesting. So he's got 2 forms of curcumin in there. The curcumin and the tetrahydrocurcumin. It's really interesting.
I'm just glad that he's found success, because I would say 10 years ago he probably couldn't have sold any of his products because no one would have paid $60 for a fucking joint formula.
Agreed.
But now he's created an entire brand around, just around the fucking premium stuff. That's not.
Well, yeah, there's a few like Morphogen's the same way. Like they do ultra premium stuff.
$48. Morphogen's $48 is high, but Chemix is $60 plus.
Yeah, but it's both brands are still premium, and
I think I know. But
each brand will still find its own crowd,
Yeah, but back a while ago, you wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have found a crowd. But Morphogen, you can look at the formulas and you can, you can judge by the variety of ingredients and the dosages that you're probably getting your $48 with, and that is still the case with Chemix, but he's not loading his formulas up. He's picking very specific premium things a lot of the time. His formulas aren't long, but they're really different and very rare with a lot of the ingredients. So you can easily look at it, someone who's thinking like, like weighing up how much you get, even if it were just actives, and that's not necessarily relevant, but someone who would be doing that, who didn't know much about ingredients, could look at Chemix and think it's not worth the $60. But he's got a brand and he's got a following that knows that when you pay him $60, he's going to give you every bit of that in the product. So it's I'm just glad that the brand came along when it did, and he's able to put out stuff like that and it do well.
And they also, I mean, they've been making a few noise this week. They've also got their energy formula, which I wasn't aware of this until I was looking at this, and this is another.
They then like released it the next day.
Yeah, it's another solid thing. So you got 500 milligrams of the actual PEA. When we talk about PEA, so palmitoyl has some analgesic effects, blunt your body's ability to sense pain. But this PEA is the phenethylamine, which gives you the feeling of euphoria, which the only knock is that it's got a very short half-life, like 15 minutes. But when you put the hordenine with it, and you get the longer lasting N-dimethylamine citrate, which is the the ass-kicking alkaloid from Urea durensis, that's going to be lots and lots of energy and euphoria. I like how they kept the caffeine moderate there. And you're getting another 50, so what's that, 32 and a half, so 232.
Yes, it's about double this, aren't you, Lukasz?
Yeah, Lukasz will be doing 4 caps.
It's like overtime. We'll just do 6 caps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
2 will do the work, but 4.
Yeah.
I still haven't done 6 caps of overtime. I've not done more than 3 or 4.
Come on.
Me neither. I've only done 4, I think is the most I've done.
And the only reason I did 4 is because I forgot.
You guys are a big disappointment.
Dude, I don't need that much for when I'm not at the gym. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but just
maybe if I was going to do 2,222 push-ups, I'd take
have some
6.
fun. Oh yeah, have some fun.
All right. So next challenge we do, it's going to be the 2,222 push-up challenge. No more eating challenges. It's going to be 6 steps of overtime and do push-ups.
If you join in, Robert, I'm game.
Okay.
24 fucking and then 24 fucking eggs and 8 chickens.
That's just ridiculous.
The Chef Rush challenge.
I don't need that much energy outside of the gym. I don't want that much energy outside of the gym. With the 6
I really don't have any. Yeah, and we've touched on this before. I typically don't even have any other caffeine outside of like the pre-workout I have during the day, and that's it.
I have pre-workout for the gym because I want to light my balls on fire. But it's
there you go.
That's it.
Is this after you lost your balls? You want to light them on fire, or before?
I very rarely lose my balls off a pre-workout. You have to be like I said, you have to get the unexpected. It's hard to get these days with a pre-workout.
That's true.
I mean, that's
very true.
It's a couple, but yeah, it's just balls on fire. That's the moderate version. It's the average version. When your balls are on fire, it's not bad. It's a good day.
It's a good day.
Balls. I lost my balls on Unstoppable. Dedicated Unstoppable. Lost my balls.
The original version, not the new version, huh? The older version.
The AMP Citrate, which was
the
first version. Yeah, first one. That was just fucking. Oh, god damn it, that's good.
It's still my number 1.
It's still my favorite pre-workout of all time.
Yeah, it's still my number 1 till this day. I tried so many pre's and nothing can beat it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It's okay. No beta alanine.
I remember one time I went to my HQ and the guys had in the cupboard probably one of the last tabs of the original Unstoppable. And once they show it to me, the smirk on my face was just like a child in a candy store that was looking for like the chubby little me that was like looking for the candy in the candy store. was like,
Don't make it sound innocent. It's more like the crack addict looking for crack.
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Let's do it that way. Yeah, for sure. It was
Make it sound
all clumps. It was
innocent.
all clumps, but I will still manage to get one scoop.
So good. Yeah. See, there's no bad alanine in that, but that was kind of a good thing because
No,
that thing worked so well, and you did build a tolerance, so you didn't, and it was so good when it worked. You didn't want to build that tolerance, so I only ever had it like every 3 days.
yeah.
So if you had bad alanine, I'd probably get 6 grams a
And
week.
there was no double scooping, nothing like
Oh
that.
no.
One
If
one
anything,
scoop.
you would keep it a little less so that you got
Yes.
extra serving.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And
man.
then-
I remember. I think it was my second tub of Unstoppable, and I was like weighing off till milligram the scoop. Man,
So that's one of my problems is that when I don't review that many pre-workouts and stuff because I'm too selfish. Like, I don't want to have a bad workout, right? Like, I have some pre-workouts here that are probably not that great. I don't want to review them or I don't want to try them because there goes my chest day for that week or my leg day or my back. I don't want to lose that. I don't
yeah,
want to waste a whole week. And
Exactly.
then you go, maybe you might be able to make it up next week. And then there's 2 weeks of your life gone, just wasted because you had a.
Well, then
shitty
it also kind of
pre-workout.
puts you in a bad mood the rest of the day too. Like if you take a shitty pre-workout, and like it just kind of puts you in a funk where it doesn't hit, like, or either it doesn't give you like the kick that it wants to, or you end up performing poorly in the gym. Like I've had occasions where I've taken it and it's left like, so the revamped dedicated Unstoppable, the one that you sent me, Lucas, it's
Yeah.
got that trio of the caffeine, dynamine, and caffeine in there, T-cream, and it just something about it, man. It made me feel like depressed almost. Like I don't know what it was, and I tried like 1 scoop, 2 scoops of it, and I know people that rant and rave about it. Just when I took it on 3 separate occasions, and every single time it had the exact same effect on me, and I don't know. And so you get one of those, and it just puts you in a funk. And I've had that. And that's why I know it's that combination of 3 because I had a similar experience with Meta-Free Black, which has all those 3 in it, and one other product had the caffeine, teacrine, dynamine combo, and I hate that trio of ingredients together. I like teacrine by itself with caffeine, but it's when I put those 3 together, there's something off with me.
I don't think
Yeah.
I had the latest Unstoppable. I'm trying to remember.
You had one.
I have the latest one.
Yeah, you had one.
Oh, so
I
it's still the
remember-
same one from like a few years ago.
Yeah. I remember sending Shane the first one, the first tub, and he was like, oh, "What the hell?"
I remember he sent it to me, and this was back when Lukasz was just that random Polish dude that commented on everything supplement related. And he's like, "I'll send you something." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And then you get it, and I'm like, "The fuck is dedicated? I haven't heard of this shit." And I was like, "I'll get around to it, right?" Because the thing about Unstoppable was that it didn't look. I know that the team at Dedicated put a lot of effort into the kind of like what Robbie did with the Assassin 6.5. He said he tried to focus on quality of the ingredients, not necessarily just the ingredients by themselves. And that was something that Dedicated later basically told me that they do for a lot of their stuff. So 300 milligrams of this in their product might not be the same as 300 milligrams in someone else's. And I remember seeing the formula. It was really relatively simple and straightforward. It didn't seem like AMP was in there, but there was a few others with AMP. And I remember it was at the back of my cupboard, and I remember to the fucking day. And I was like, "Oh, Nikki," she was like, "Oh, do you have any good pre-workout left?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't have anything. I got this one." And there's this like random Polish dude that says it's the fucking best. And she's like, "Well, I mean, you're not gonna know." And I was like, "Yeah, but," I was like, "I don't have anything else." So we like poured it in. I didn't even care about accuracy because I was like, I'm probably gonna need a lot of this. Oh, one of the best workouts of my life. My titties were bigger than my wife's. They were just so damn good. The pumps were insane. Oh, getting hard just thinking about it. It was
God, oh Jesus.
so good.
I got a goosebumps right now.
Oh, Lukasz knows. He knows. He
Yeah, I
knows.
know.
Oh,
The energy, and
that
it
took it
hit,
to another uncomfortable level.
It hit right when I parked the car. So right when I stopped, I was like, "Oh shit, let's go!" And I was like, "Okay, it was worth the risk." And then the pumps, and I was like, "Fuck, this is dynamite. This is just
I remember
horrible."
till this day.
And then I messaged him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
There we go. Let's do this other story. I'm doing Shane's
Actually,
job for him today.
Bring up if you can bring up that original unstoppable formula. I'm gonna see if I can find it because I want to see
Wait,
what it looks like.
now I've got to. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about Naughty Boy doing something that was inspired by Star Wars, and with Star Wars Day coming up in 3 days, a bunch of different brands are coming out with Star Wars themed things. Are we going to see the same outcry and getting panties in a twist because brands are riffing on something in pop culture? So Redcon's doing it now. There's going to be some other brands releasing T-shirts inspired by Star Wars and stuff. So are we going to see the same outrage on these other brands that we saw against Naughty Boy?
I don't want to stir the pot, but yeah, I shared some on our group chat, and I think that's...
Oh, so what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't really see the Naughty Boy thing. Like I said, I mean before, I didn't just see it until someone kind of pointed out to me. I was like, oh, the background a bit, because the background was straight from Star Wars, but the product itself didn't have too much to it outside of the, I guess, the word Star Wars and the use of the logo. But I mean, I'm very oblivious to these things, I guess, because I mean,
and they're calling it Jedi Juice. I mean, that's a direct
that was
rip
the
from
original
Star
one.
Wars.
The original was Jedi Juice. The old one, so
Yeah.
that's the last year's one.
Yeah.
So that one I feel
Right,
a
but
little more...
why isn't there all this outrage when Redcon does it, but when somebody else does something that's inspired by pop culture, why isn't there that same outrage? Is what I'm wondering.
That's the thing.
Here we go.
It's hypocritical.
Yeah.
I think I sent a link in the private chat. Did that work? Is that how this works? Did it work? Did I send something in the private chat?
For the record, I don't have an issue with them doing. I like the Star Wars ripping stuff. I'm just wondering, are we going to see these hit pieces saying, "Oh, they're ripping on IP infringement and all this other shit"?
I just think that everything should be equal. Everyone should be treated exactly the same way. So if a site, review site, is like shouting about a refrigerant, and they're like saying that someone steal from someone, then come on.
See, I can understand how like Naughty Boys 1 might seem like more than the Recon 1, but I don't feel it's that big of a difference to mention Naughty Boy but not mention absolutely none of the others. Like if you're gonna call out Naughty Boy and
call out every other brand doing it.
Well, exactly. This is a little bit further than the others, but by not saying anything about the ones that are like slightly less or maybe a little less on the nose or whatever, it makes it seem like there's like this line in the sand where they went too far by miles and these guys didn't even come close.
Yeah.
It makes it seem like there's a giant difference between them, but they are quite close. They are in that same kind of area. So I don't know. Like I said, I never really comment. If legal department wants to hit me up and ask me to take it down, I'll take it down. But that hasn't happened.
No, it's interesting how certain people get a pass and certain ones don't. Again, I don't have an issue with it one way or the other. I love Star Wars. If you want to do something that's inspired by Star Wars, go for it. That's fine.
Let's basically have some fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. But if you're going to call one company out for riffing on something, you better well damn sure call out everybody that's doing it.
Yeah. Did you see the link I sent in the private chat thingy?
Yeah, I see it.
Check it out, Robert. I want to see your
on the StreamYard
modern day
private chat.
And what's that?
No, on the private chat on the StreamYard.
On the StreamYard.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, get the
Okay. Do you want me to pull that up?
yeah, it's original Unstoppable.
Is this going to send me to some kind of gross site chain?
Baby boy.
No more gross than you'd probably be looking at anyway. I don't look at porn. We know. It's okay. You need to lie to us. I look at fax panels.
Exactly. Exactly what I look at. You want to know what gets my juices flowing, man? You start talking about amphetamine, caffeine anhydrous. Ooh!
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. See?
bro, check it out.
I'm like
This is a
Lukasz. I walk
masterpiece.
into supplement stores. I don't walk by them.
This is a masterpiece.
Betaine nitrate, 1,000 milligrams of that, and carbamyl glutamate. What the hell is that?
And keep in mind, man. This was which year, Shane? It was
2012? 13?
Yeah. Yeah.
14? Somewhere around there.
And I don't think that anyone was using nitrate back in the day.
No, I mean, maybe 2014. I think iForce had potassium nitrate, and that may have been it.
Yeah.
Amphetamine, there we go. Caffeine anhydrous, norvaline, epidural, calcium phosphate, sodium phosphate, potassium phosphate, hygenamine, hordenine. Nice. Adrenal pump is a Mento pump for the listeners out there that may not be sure of that.
Was this 2 scoops?
Yeah, it's got to be because it's only 175 caffeine per scoop.
Was this 2 scoops, Lukasz? Was this different?
Cocoa draw. Wait,
No.
I thought
This was the first version, Shane.
it is. Where's the AMP Citrate? I thought you said there was AMP Citrate in it.
It was hidden. It wasn't like on the transparently. It was in amphetamine.
Chinese white tea. Okay, yeah. All right, I can understand that then. What is this N-carbamyl glutamate?
Oh yeah, I remember talking to Aaron from Performax about that. Is this the nicotine thing he was talking to me about? I remember him telling me something about this.
Robert will have a new bait.
Yeah, see,
new
looking at the
ingredient.
formula on that thing, you wouldn't think much, would you?
Yeah.
Was it
Robert
a 2 scoop? I think it was a 2 scoop, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Because looking at that, I'm like, I think it was, because even back then.
Hold on, let me check it out.
Okay, so maybe it helps with ammonia recycling, so it'll help for like performance. Maybe that's a performance ingredient, not a stem, the N-carbamyl glutamate. Interesting. I'm gonna have to do some more deep diving into that.
When you look at that formula, like nothing was like at 5 grams. I mean, this was again before the trend of transparency, so you didn't get.
Yeah.
And there was no beta alanine in there. No, there wasn't really. Was there citrulline in there? I don't think there was any of that either.
Yeah, you're right. 2 scoops.
Yeah, it was just good. And like, it just when you looked at it, it was one of those things where you really had to see it. You had to try it to believe it.
Yeah.
The dynamite, and it just that one I lost my balls on for weeks.
Yeah.
For weeks I lost my balls. That was just so good. Oh man.
And it was so consistent. Every workout.
You see, I built a tolerance to it, so I switched. I think 2 or 3 times a week. But obviously, you always start out with the good intention.
Yeah. My question is, if somebody sent you an expired tub of that, would you use it or not?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Look, I'll break my rule for that. Okay.
Okay. I was wondering where the line in the sand was drawn.
There's the line in the sand. That's different though because I know it. I'm familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, of course I would. Fuck yeah, I would. I would buy an expired tub.
Yeah.
Okay.
After it got banned, in Europe, I think some tops were leaked in eBay here on the European site, and the prices were crazy. They went from like per top. Normally, we were selling them for like 20, 25 euros or something,
Mm-hmm.
and the prices went to like 100 euros per top or something. So that was crazy, man.
I'd pay it.
There you go.
Right now, if it would be available, I would definitely pay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like something like that. I don't know how much AMP Citrate, whatever the exact precise thing was, but like that, and then that thing was just killer. And then nowadays you get pre-workouts that have like apparently DMBA and apparently this, and you have to combine it with DMHA or DMAA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no,
It's not the real stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it might be, but like I said, it might be a different kind of like quality. It might be a different. I don't know, but those early ones are like, I don't want to sound like an old man, but again, the original DMAA inject, I haven't had a pre-workout that came close to like having the quality of DMAA after it got banned.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like same with DMHA, same with AMP Citrate. So I mean, maybe when it gets banned and no one can get their hands on it as easy, maybe it just, I don't know, they give them shit ones. I don't know how it works.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, gentlemen. Any closing thoughts before we put a bow on this package and ship it out?
Good old memory lane.
Fucking Robbie.
Fucking. That's what we'll call this episode. Fucking Robbie.
Fuck you, Robbie.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? On a plane? He knows better to book the plane on a different day. Come on.
He did this purposely to slight us.
It did. It did. And then he's like, then he just goes, oh yeah, my plane was delayed, so I've been sitting on my ass doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So for all the listeners out there, if you want to submit your application to be the new co-host on the Final Scoop podcast, please forward all of them to stack3d.com, and we will sort through them.
And if you look like Robbie, you know what? We'll bring you on, and we'll just block Robbie out of it, and he can tune in and just see if he loses his mind, being like, "Wait, is that Robbie?" That'd be great.
Maybe soon TJ is gonna be available. Who knows?
There we go. Yeah, he'll sell off another tech monstrosity he's constructed, and he can retire with his millions.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. For the listeners tuning in on the live stream, thank you as always for tuning in. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. If you're catching this on replay, leave us a thumbs up or leave us a comment in the comment section down below for a topic for a future episode. And if you're looking to support us further, we'd appreciate that. You can either pick up a tub of Massive Iron Creatine or use the discount code Final Scoop to save 15% on Apollon nutrition products. Thank you, my friends. Have a great weekend. Shane, get some sleep or take some more caffeine. And we'll catch you next time on the Final Scoop.
Have fun. Take care.